Scorpio, welcome. This is your weekly reading. My name is Tina. We're going to just dive right in, waste no time. Let's pull a message. Please show me one message that would be most beneficial to the sign of Scorpio for this week. Okay, so we pulled the snail and the huckleberry. Trust in the invisible. So this deck is really beautiful because it's a nature deck that speaks both of the animal and the plant side of things. So it's really cool. So what this card speaks about, trust in the invisible, is that both of these are very unassuming things. The snail is considered kind of small and insignificant, but if you really look at it, it moves deliberately. It carries its home on its back, and you can see it's that spiral kind of nautilus shape of kind of the infinity, right? And the huckleberry plant is just kind of considered an insignificant plant that grows, without thought easily, but it's important in the ecostructure. It feeds so many woodland creatures, and so both of these items, that both the snail and the huckleberry are kind of, in the huckleberry, people even use the term huckleberry to speak kind of derogatory of somebody, that they're kind of insignificant, but they're both actually quite impressive little creatures and very underestimated. And so this card speaks of it's a good time to follow your bliss and trust in the things you can't see or that you underestimate in your life, that they are actually quite significant in moving you towards greater things. Kind of a cool card to get, I think. All right, Scorpio, let's dive into tarot. As usual, this is speaking to kind of a broad audience, so it's impossible to tap into everybody's individual energy. What that means is every now and then, the readings just aren't going to resonate. And if it doesn't resonate, then don't try to force it. Just get a personal reading. And you can find a link to that in the description, or check out the monthly reading or the previous week's reading to see if those click with you more. All right, show me the energy surrounding Scorpio for this week, please. Energy surrounding Scorpio for this week. Right there. All right, Four of Pentacles. Are we holding on to something? Let's see where we go. Six of Pentacles. Four of Wands. Okay. So I think you're in the energy of you're holding on. Pentacles energy is very earthy. It's your tangible day-to-day life stuff. You're kind of holding on to something for dear life. Maybe being a little stingy, because we have the Six of Pentacles. I think you're trying to navigate where you put your energy towards, what you put your money towards. It can be very literally speaking, but what are you putting your resources towards? What do you want to give to? Are you giving enough? Because we have the Four of Wands here. Four of Wands, and I look at it's fire energy, but the Four of Wands walks hand in hand to me with the Ten of Pentacles, because it's all about a strong foundation. The difference is the Ten of Pentacles speaks of having everything you want and need, for having a really stable day-to-day home life. The Four of Wands is having all that stability, but instead of maybe having the tangible things, you have the matters of the heart. You have you're blissful, you're joyful. You have a joyful energy. There's this strong foundation in your home life, in your day-to-day life, that's joyful. energy surrounding it. It can also be, this card is also associated with marriages and weddings. Do we want, I usually don't speak so literally, especially in a general reading like this for a lot of you. But if that resonates, if you're planning a wedding or thinking about that, then that's what this is speaking of, that you maybe are worried about how much you're spending and trying to figure out what you give to. And I don't like to read that literally, but take it if it resonates. Okay, death. The Hermit. Okay. Six of Swords. Okay. I'm almost feeling like crossroads kind of energy off of this, even though you didn't really get cards of the literal card. Usually a crossroads card for me is the Two of Wands. You didn't get that, but I'm kind of feeling that energy actually. So Death card is about something ending so something else can grow in its place. The Death card it's a major arcana. It's not the same as, say, if you're familiar with tarot, the Ten of Swords is an ending to something, and it's a pretty just harsh ending. Okay, Death is more cyclical. It's a more of, we have death so that other things can grow. It's a cycle of life kind of things, and this usually isn't the literal meaning that someone dies around you. Okay, it can be scary when you see the death card. It's usually the death of, like, an aspect of yourself. It can be a death of a relationship. Something ends so that something else can flourish. Okay, I feel like you're kind of transitioning. Six of Swords speaks of moving forward, and it's a choice. It's not just that you are being propelled forward. The universe isn't saying, hey, you got to move forward now. It isn't forcing the issue. You're actually choosing. It's the thought. It's the logic. You have made some self discoveries that you need to move forward to get into this. It's a happy card, though. It's a positive card of moving into calmer waters, safer harbors, that sort of thing. It's moving to a better place. So the Hermit is self discovery. It's about kind of distancing yourself maybe from others. You're not going to others for advice. You're looking towards yourself. You're trying to find that inner light within to kind of figure things, what path you're going. So you might be having some self-realizations here. This very well could be you choosing to end something. That's something that's been stable. So maybe you are at a point where a relationship, something stable, something that once brought you joy, isn't so much anymore. Maybe you're finding you don't want to give to the situation. Maybe somebody else isn't giving as much as you, and you are choosing to end a cycle, or at least an aspect of it, after much thought. So what I'm getting, like I said, kind of that fork in the road. And I think this is a really important card. Trust the invisible. Trust the little insignificant things and your intuition. Snails kind of move and operate by intuition. You know, if this reading is for you, you're feeling it, you're resonating, especially on that last part of, if you recognizing maybe that something is, you're trying to figure out how much you give to a situation anymore, and you might be on the precipice of, like, just letting something die. All right, please show me three cards. Conclusion, three cards. Advice, guidance, outcome for Scorpio. Nine of Pentacles. September has been a really big month for all the signs with embodying this Nine of Pentacles energy. 10 of Pentacles, what I say, walking hand in hand. The Four of Wands walks hand in hand with that card. Queen of Wands. Okay. I feel like these two are kind of saying similar things. This is a card of independence. So perhaps for some of you, you are making the choice to move your life into a new avenue, maybe give less to a situation rather than give more. It's a card of independence. This is the minor arcana version of the Empress. She looks good. She feels good. She's confident. She's not needy. She's not needy, and she stands independently. She's good on her own. It doesn't mean she's not with someone. She can be in a relationship with somebody, but she's not needy for it. She's good. She's good with somebody or without somebody. Okay. Then we have, I'll talk about this in the end. The Queen of Wands. She's creative. She's ambitious. She's nurturing. But she goes for it in a gentle manner. She's not like the King of Wands, who is a little, maybe a little aggressive. She's more nuanced than that. But I think that it's saying here, the ultimate goal here is that feeling of a strong foundation, having everything you want and need, knowing who the right partner is to make this happen for you. So the moral of the story, trust your gut. It looks like you're either being called to or you're doing the inner work, figuring things out. But it looks like you've already you're making the decisions to move forward in some aspect. This is indication to do it. Fire, the Wand's energy is action oriented. And your ultimate goal is this. All right, Scorpio, thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed that, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.